Hey, good morning. It's 11:24 a.m. It is Saturday morning. I got all my chores done out of the way. I went to the grocery store today and I got to the line and it just dawned on me that I forgot my wallet. I forgot that I used a different purse earlier in the week, and obviously I forgot to transfer my wallet. It was a little awkward, so I had to run back home, get my wallet, and this is these sort of things, those little things you forget. It's very unusual for me because I've always been like, on top of it. This whole issue, this is always in the back of my mind. The hate crime issue, my desire to survive, they've caused me too many problems, which I've already said. But anyway, the reason why I'm making this video is because I realize more and more that I need to expand my horizons, meaning like I'm probably most likely going to stay in Bakersfield. Meaning the reason why is because I don't have the money to move from one place to another, unless of course there was some sort of opportunity to where a company is going to pay for my expenses. But I'm not in a position to where somebody would actually do that, and I think a lot of companies aren't doing all those lavish type things anyway. So it is what it is. So chances are I will probably stay here, unless of course something great happens, like I can get like a remote job to where I can like work remotely, and then maybe they would agree with me on that, and then do something sort of hybrid work or whatever. But I'm open to different things, and of course I'm working on my writing issues. This whole thing I'm working on creating a website and all this stuff. This is so much I'm doing, okay? But like I said, it takes time to get clients and stuff like that. So I'm at a point where there's a lot on my plate, okay? So, but whatever happens first, okay? I'm a person who literally has to survive. They put me in a situation where my life dangles because of their foolishness. So I'm basically just trying to make a living at this point. And mind you, I am not sitting here trying to make like super dollars, but I just need enough to get by and keep a roof over my head, make sure that I can get my household items that I need, that stuff, basic survival, and a little bit more than that because I need to be able to stack money away. Okay, I do want to make a decent income, and I don't want to shorten myself because if I have experience, I should be able to be paid adequately. Okay, my issue right now is that because of their chaos, okay, and I understand that they have created so many problems where I am, okay, but I need to find people that I relate to. Now, when I had originally made my YouTube video many years ago, I had subscribers, like a plentiful subscribers, like a lot of subscribers, and I could have made more had my channel not have been invaded by these people, okay, and I do believe that these people have friends with people, know people at YouTube or whatever. This video is for you. You're the executives. I need you to stop blocking me. Now, these two channels that I have, the Dark Desert Moon, Maria Gordon, they can stay in the mode that they're in. And basically what I think is the majority of my perps have access to my channel, but somehow or another it's not getting the broad expansion or being able to stand out. And I know that I don't really mess with a lot of the settings like right now anymore. Like, you can actually put keywords and stuff like that into your searches. If I'm wrong, because I've given up doing that because I felt like, these people had a lot of control over my stuff. But I want to be able to talk and meet and know other people outside of this bubble. They create the bubble. My bubble is my work environment. My bubble is basically whoever they want me to be friends with, okay? And obviously there's an incompatibility there, okay? There's plenty of free speakers out there. I've thinkers out there just like myself. Also, I keep getting these news things, flashes on my entry page, when I go into Outlook, and there's all kinds of information where, people are stories of people who are walking away from religion, which is something that I'm basically about. I don't believe in religion, mainstream religion. So obviously there's people who are on the same page as me, and I'm not able to connect with them because they prevent me from doing that. And that's a problem. People need to have some sort of affiliation and people be around people that they can relate to. And the problem with it is, especially I'm always standing. If I can stand while I'm working a little bit, kind of stretch my legs, that's good, okay? Because if I've been working basically on my butt for almost 30 years, and that's not a good thing. So I like to stretch my legs as much as possible. The issue of being surrounding somebody and keeping them there, like they literally keep me in a bubble. Okay, it's not that, and they make me the outcast, cause all kinds of problems. Maria doesn't go to church, and then I'm a villain because there's a bunch of other people. There's atheists out there who have channels on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I'm not an atheist, obviously, but they're obviously that worldview of people having to go to church in my little or church or the Kingdom Hall or whatever that stuff is that I'm not into. They have very limited way of thinking, and they try to prevent me from escaping their little world. Okay, thing is, I need to expand my horizons for my own emotional, mental well-being. It's important that you find your tribe, and it's important that you find people that you relate to. And here in Bakersfield, I have nothing against people, even though I know that Bakersfield is a very uneducated community. And what I mean by uneducated, they're talking about uneducated, like formally uneducated. Like there's very few people here in this community that have extended educations. There are people obviously that do. Obviously they do. There's college campuses on here, but the majority of people here are not. And if they are, they're not meeting the par of what they should know. Like this is being communicated and identified through testing programs. Like shouldn't they be knowing these sort of things? Should their ability to prove that they are actually learning retain these skills. So obviously they fall short. And I don't hold it against them. Like I'm not like, ooh, I hate these people because of it. But I will say when it comes to issues of bullying, these are the most likely the people who are going to be a part of it. Okay, because they don't have the ability to think whether or not this is right or wrong. Okay, and obviously there was problems that created in this community where I would never be comfortable with inviting a person in this community over to my house, having a close relationship with them. Okay, for my own safety. You see what issue this causes. Okay, now I know that you guys spread rumors all over the United States or whatever, but still it's a different though when you can still be able to expand your horizons because they're not going to feel as much hatred. There's an easier way of having a communication with targeted individuals outside of this bubble. Okay, so anyway, and that's what I want to say to the executives of YouTube. Now, if by mere chance that it's my fault because I really haven't been keeping up with the settings on YouTube for a while, mainly because I have seen very little progress on my channel, so I just kind of gave up on it. Also, I knew that there was a campaign smear. This whole issue about me committing adultery or whatever, it's so stupid and absurd. But no, I did not commit adultery. No, I don't go to church. No, I do not promote religion. I mean, I think, here's this. I support people's right to practice their religion, but I don't want religion for my personal life. I don't want it. Okay? So that doesn't mean I'm obstructing it. That doesn't mean I'm against it, but I'm certainly not going to sit here and promote it. But I will defend people's right to practice whatever religion they want to, as this is the way that it's supposed to be set according to the laws of this country. Right? I may not agree with Mormonism, but people in this community have the right to go to the Mormon church. And no, I'm not going to obstruct them, and no, I'm not going to belittle them, and I'm not going to challenge them on their doctrines, and I accept them for what they are. And if they say hello to me, I'm going to say hello to them, and I'm cordial and I'm polite, and you move on. I don't have that sort of problem with my ego to where I need to force people into believing what I believe. But what I do need is, of course, I do need companionship, and I cannot feel any companionship to the people who did this. Okay? That's like falling in love with a Klan member. Get real. Anyway, so I need to expand my horizons. So, I'm not really in a rush to step out on YouTube right now, but I am thinking about my future. You know what I mean? Because obviously I do need, I need to be around people that I like, people that I gravitate to, where a conversation comes easy and it just flows. I deserve that. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Today, after lunch, which I'm going to be having lunch maybe around 12. After that, then I got to crack up on these stupid restraining orders, which I'm really pissed off that I have to do in the first place. I do still wake up in the mornings with, in sweats and disturbed that somebody would do something like this. I can't tell you, it's rough, okay? And it's very painful because this bubble. So if the executive YouTube people can do something, like I said, I'm not going to do anything to the Dark Desert Moon channel or the Maria Gordon channel, but in the future, I plan on opening and creating another channel because I need to have that sort of stimulation. Okay, and also not just YouTube, I'm talking about all social media. I want all social media to stop doing this to me because it's not fair. You know what I mean? No, I do not have a politically dangerous view. I do have a view because it's not something politically dangerous. I'll tell you why, because it's in the law. It's the law. You know what I mean? I do understand that there's a lot of dark things that go on in this world, like dark things, dark trafficking. This is a dark trafficking issue, whether people realize it or not. I'm coming from a family and I'm a grown woman who's over the age of 18, and they're trying to enforce some religious bullshit on me that I've never agreed to, never accepted, and whatever. So it's a human trafficking issue, and also one that I've been smeared, and it's not even true. I'm not married. You know what I mean? I would like to say this in defense of slutty women and people who cheat on their husbands. Okay, obviously that's not true. I didn't do that. But, we never know what goes on behind closed doors. And I know there's a lot of times people want to judge women for making these decisions of leaving their husband. And so because, people hear the word adultery and they immediately want to just jump up and get angry. But nobody ever asks that woman why she committed adultery. What if her husband beat her? You know what I mean? Or what if he was doing something like manipulating her behind the scenes, much like what was going on here? Literally watching a woman go crazy, watching a woman become so disturbed and scared, and they were just sitting back getting off on it because they're sick and twisted. That is why it's against the law, okay? One of them, okay? Because it does hurt you financially or whatever. But whatever the case is, we don't know. So it's not our place to judge them. You know what I mean? And so I understand that. I have an open mind. I think about what I do before I do it. You know what I mean? I don't judge people. And see, this is the difference between me and the outside world, or at least within my environment that has become polluted. Okay, I don't want to make this an us versus them issue. If somebody says hi to me, I'm going to say hi to them. I'm going to be polite to people, but I'm not going to let people dig into my personal life or ask me intimidating questions. I'm going to tell you, I have no interest in having a close camaraderie with people who did this to me. Okay, and it's not about me trying to keep a fight going. It's about me moving on with my life and not having to retract back into something dark and sick and sinister thought. Okay, it's about my mental well-being and my need to move on from this. I don't just be disrespectful. You've caused enough problems. Remember that and just get out of my life. Basically, is how that works. Anyway, so yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm thinking about my life. Today is a day where I'm reflecting on that and trying to make plans, but also needing to feel safe in me making these plans. So this is one of the reasons why, today, I think I have about, I have quite a lot. I don't have just one restraining order to fill. I have a bunch of them. Okay, I do. And my brother Rashawn is the first on my list. This is the man who has caused me more problems in my life. He is a very ignorant man. And a very dangerous one. And I understand that he may have some sort of relationship with people in a community. This is the way that people traffic other people. Okay, obviously he had some sort of mental issues because he thought that I was married to Bruce. He does not understand certain things. He has no concept of what is right or wrong. Okay, my brother is a dangerous man. I do not trust him. Okay, it's unfortunate, but that's true. And I'm not trying to make an enemy of anybody who is his friend, but this is the tactic that people use in order to traffic other people. No, I do not hate the people of Bakersfield, but I do hate what they did. And rightfully so. You attacked an innocent person. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I would like to expand my horizons. My horizons need to be broadened. I mean, like, I shouldn't be in a situation like this without, being around people that relate. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, yeah, I need to have stimulating conversation. That's important for me. And in this world, the chances are of meeting a true friend, somebody that you really click with. I mean, it's not that I would think that somebody on social media would be like a true friend. I have people on my Facebook. I have like over 3,000 people who are so-called friends. Really, I do. And I belong to some of the groups, and I get into conversations and stuff like that. But I want to be able to present my videos without obstruction. I want to be able to say things that I have the right to say. There are people who are in the YouTube community, like people who are into things that I'm not necessarily, like, for example, Satanism and stuff like that. They have their own YouTube channels. They're talking about what they believe in. I have the right to talk about what I believe in. You know what I mean? And no, I'm not promoting Satanism, but that's just an example. It's letting you know that, just because I'm not a Jehovah's Witness or just because I'm not a Christian, okay, obviously there's other things and other views that exist outside of your little bubble. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I've got a lot to do today, and I will be back with another video sometime later. Take care. For the TIs only. Thanks.